Okay, so now we have our environment set up for JDK. You're ready to start writing some Java code. So now let's set up our IDE, which is called IntelliJ. Let's get into it. Okay, so now we're in 1.4 IntelliJ. We're going to walk through the steps to setting it up. It should not be difficult, but I want to explain something to you, the difference between an IDE and a text editor. VS Code, if you're coming from Unit 1 JavaScript, we taught you to build and learn JavaScript through using a tool called a VS Code. It's a text editor. You can run Java code on a text editor, but you need some extra extensions. The reason why we're using an IDE is because an IDE is able to handle the workload when we're talking about building microservices, when you're working with databases. It does a lot more than your average text editor. So we're going to teach you how to use the tool. It does have a learning curve and it has a lot of features to it. So it's in your best interest to get familiar with those features because it will make your workflow much easier. So let's get into it here. 1.4 IntelliJ. IntelliJ is an integrated development environment, IDE. An IDE is like a text editor on steroids. It not only allows you to write and edit code, but also contains many features that enhance the coding experience. IntelliJ offers code completion hints, debugging, and even its own compiler. We'll be using it throughout this course, so it's time to get familiar with some of the basics. 1.4.1, Installing IntelliJ. So let me visit the website here. I'm going to click on this link. And here is the download for IntelliJ. Understand, IntelliJ, it has an ultimate, which costs money, versus the community edition, which that's what we're going to download. The community edition, it has a lot of features here that we can use it for. So you don't have to pay for what I call the ultimate. I actually personally have the ultimate because I do a lot of different programming. And so it's a lot of things this tool can do that you don't have to worry about right now. So everything that we're going to teach you is going to come from the free edition. So you don't have to pay for this. And it has a monthly charge. So here, I've gone to the website. It says select your operating system and the community version. Follow the installation prompts to select your settings. When you reach the window asking for installation option, select the add in bin folder to the path box. Click next if you are asked for any other inputs except the default options. All right, so let's hop over to it. I'm in the Windows version right here, not the Mac or the Linux, but the Windows. I'm going to download the community version. All right, it's downloading down to my hard drive. And I will install it in a minute. It takes a few minutes for this to download. It says it's 650 megabytes. So let's give this a couple of seconds for it to download, and then I will run it, or better yet, execute it. So it's done. Alrighty, almost done. It's not completely done. There it is. It's working. Something is popping up. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes. Welcome to IntelliJ IDE Community Edition. I'm going to go to next. All right, this is the destination folder where it's going to be saved to. Notice the program file. It's going to say JetBrains IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition 2022. So We know where the path is now. Now, here, remember it told us we want to add it right here, add bin folder to the path. Let's see any other instruction. Then we're going to check Java, wherever that went. Here we go. We're going to check, we want Java. And then let me see, make sure I'm not missing anything else. All right, good to go. All right, so let me go ahead and click next. All right, install. All right, so that's installing. Now, while that's installing, we're going to get this window. When this window pops up, the welcome window for IntelliJ, we'll go over that. As you can see, it's definitely a great tool to have in your tool chest. It's good to understand these tools, and it has a learning curve. And there's a cheat sheet that you can have that you can use to help you navigate through IntelliJ. But the more you operate in IntelliJ and learn Java, the more, what I want to say, marketable you're going to be. So I know sometimes it's going to get frustrating as you go through trying to learn two different languages. I want to take this moment while this is downloading to remind you to continue to review your JavaScript. Because what happens is that people make it all the way to the end of Java, build their project in Java, and now it's time to go off the liftoff. And you feel like you got to learn it all over again with JavaScript because you've forgotten. So remember, you got to understand, if you don't use it, you will lose it. And especially now when you're learning how to write the programs, it all isn't sticking yet. So you got to constantly keep reviewing. So here it is complete. And I am going to reboot this later. As soon as I finish this video, I'll reboot this, and then I'll have my welcome screen, and then I'll meet you over in the next video where we will write our first Java project. So again, remember to review your old lessons. Don't think that you don't have to do that, because when it's time to go into liftoff, you're going to forget. You forgot probably most of it anyway. So keep reviewing. Like I said, the more you practice, the more you improve. I'll see you in the next video.